And welcome to the second podcast of the Mike and Mike show. I'm Mike Costantino.
Mike Montonio.
Today we're at the Otts in Washington Township, one of our favorite hangouts, right, Mike?
There's a lot of broadcasting from here.
Yes, we like it here. And tonight we're going to be talking to VP of Washington Township Hockey Club and two of their seniors, right?
Yes, and we're also bringing Steve Bergeron in here from Egg Harbor Township.
That's a long way to come.
Real long way.
See, they want to hang with us. I can't blame them. So why don't we take a break, give everyone a chance to get set up, and then when we come back, we'll talk to
the players,
the coaches, and the
presidents.
And the presidents. We'll be back right after these words. And we're back. I'm sitting here with Vice President of Washington Township Ice Hockey Club, Valeri Bure. Welcome, Barry. Thanks for coming to the podcast.
Thank you for this
Appreciate it. Why don't you tell everyone what your duties as Vice President of the club is?
Great question. Duties as Vice President, I'd say the simple answer is to assist the President, but with that being said, pretty much I'm involved in a lot of the business affairs, authorization on checks, and certainly some of the decision making that goes along with the club. These can be both off-ice and on-ice issues.
So is there a lot of fundraising involved with the club?
There is a great deal of fundraising. As everyone knows, hockey is a very expensive sport, and through the efforts of not only the board, but our supportive parents, we keep things going.
So how were you fortunate enough to get this job that pays a lot of money?
It does indeed.
From what I hear.
No, I volunteered, as all board members do, and again, having a son that's involved in the sport of hockey, it just looked like an ideal situation, and submitted an application, and next thing I know, I heard from the board, and there's a process involved, and I was very fortunate to get on the board, and it's been a rewarding experience to date.
So your son plays on the team?
Yes, he is. He's a freshman this year.
Okay.
And again, it was an exciting year last year that our middle school team had the opportunity and won the championship.
So with your son playing hockey, I guess you've been involved in hockey for a number of years?
Oh, about 10 years now. We travel teams and function in a capacity on those travel teams, but again, this looked like a new opportunity.
Was there a lot of applicants for the volunteer position?
No, unfortunately, and we are soliciting volunteers at all levels every year, and hope that interested parents will join us going forward.
That seems to be the toughest part of these hockey clubs, is getting volunteers, getting parents. Everyone works, and it's a busy life, and hockey, like you said, is expensive, but to get people to volunteer to help out is challenging.
Absolutely.
But I applaud you for doing that, especially at a vice president level.
Thank you.
So what do you think is the toughest part of the job?
Again, I got to go back to finances, and I would, again, tip my hat to our treasurer in that regard. That again, I think everyone or anyone that's affiliated with ice hockey knows what the cost is for ice time and such.
Very expensive.
And, for us to keep the club moving forward, those are really the biggest challenges.
How's your experience been with the parents?
To date, pretty positive. Got to be honest that like anything else, there are challenges, and I think that overall, parents have to understand the goal that the board has, and that is to basically give their children or their kid an opportunity to play a great sport of hockey, and our goal is to make that a real possibility, and understand that while the kids enjoy the hockey, we're also creating some lifelong memories. And
Right.
so I think that's really the big part of it, that as long as the parents understand where we are as a board and we work collectively, we can make it happen.
Is it true that Matt Kennedy's mom is your favorite mom?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, just checking. Any surprises about the job that you weren't prepared for?
Oh, certainly. Great question there, and that is never anticipated. The time that it would take to really be successful at what we do.
Right.
I think again, I go back to the fact that we have supportive parents, but through the efforts of all the board members and the parents and such, there's a lot of responsibility and a lot of things to do, both not only getting the kids on the ice, but as you alluded to earlier, the fundraising events and all. But when it all culminates into either a successful event, whether it be fundraising or a possible championship on the ice, I think we all win as a club.
Okay, and finally, we always ask a fluff question at the end of these interviews. Tell us something about yourself that would surprise us.
Oh, I don't know if it's a surprise, but to be involved with the sport of hockey, I guess there'd be two things. One is I'm a baseball guy, and number two, I run a clinical laboratory in a medical center, and some people I think would say, "You're that smart, what are you doing involved in the sport of hockey?" But it's been a very rewarding
I was going to
experience.
say, that's got to be very rewarding, especially with that. Well, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
very
for
much.
coming. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have two seniors from Washington Township join us. And we're back. We're sitting here with two township seniors. Matt Kennedy, defenseman, right?
Yep.
Chad Castorina, forward center. So, guys, why don't you tell us a little about your playing and the team?
Of course. Well, I've been playing hockey pretty much my entire life. Been playing since I was like 7, 8 years old. Been growing up, watching the Township Hockey Club play, dreaming about being on the team. And then freshman year rolled around, finally got the chance to play. And now, senior year has come, and
Time flies.
it's insane. Yeah, time does fly.
How about you, man?
Like CJ, I've been playing since I was little. I've been playing ever since I was like 4. And as CJ said, I grew up watching the team, going to the games,
Right.
having fun at the games when I was younger. And I just always wanted to play for them. And as freshman year did come around,
Yeah.
I was so excited to play, and I don't know where the time went.
Here we are, senior season.
Yep.
Insane.
Can't believe how fast it
I
went,
got a
right?
question for you. You guys play any other hockey other than high school? Do you play club hockey?
Yeah, we both
And
do.
who do you
Yeah.
play club?
I'm over in Voorhees for Flyers Youth,
Flyers
18
Youth?
double A
Okay.
team.
And how about you, man?
I'm over in Mount Laurel for the Jags 18 AA team.
Okay. You guys play each other?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, rivalry.
Yeah.
It's fun. We enjoy it.
Good. How do you feel the difference between your high school versus your club?
Well, obviously I feel clubs a lot faster, but I feel high school you can take a little bit more pride when it comes to like your school and all, because you get
Right.
to play for your class, play for each other,
Right, exactly,
and
right.
play for the name of the school and represent it.
Right,
I feel
right.
like it's really important.
Is that why you think it's important to play for your high school?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I like playing for my high school, because not many people get to see like me play for my club teams, and like my friends now get to see me play at high school.
Yeah, it's
Right.
cool. You have like the student class come out to the games and all. It's good
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, it is. They do get crowds at Hollydale when
The
you...
Thanksgiving game, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good turnout.
Okay, well, go ahead, Mike.
Who's the biggest influence with ice hockey? Coach?
Coach, but me personally, I've been on very numerous club teams,
Right.
and I've had coaches I like, dislike, things about the coaches I've liked and disliked. And honestly, I don't really have one favorite
Okay.
coach. I just feel like all that has really come together and made me the
Well, that's
player I
good.
am.
That's good. How about you, Matt? Who do you...
Well, I think my biggest influence would be the person who taught me to skate, my coach, Joe Gorey. back when I was a mite.
Joey, sure.
Joe
Joey
Gorey.
played in our league many years ago. I know Joey, sure.
Joe Gorey won the first SJ Ice Hockey Award that we gave out as best player in the league. He was my very first recipient of our award. Just a little tidbit. Okay, so you don't have any particular coach that stands out to you?
I just feel like the differences in coaching styles overall just
Who would you say taught you the most?
probably the most. I have a coach I had back in Pee Wee, Bill Choi.
Billy
Troy.
Another one that's been
Yeah.
in our league
Yeah.
years ago.
Somebody who really
He was fast.
Yeah, he really made me step up my game and kind of made me enjoy that fun factor of hockey. And that kind of helped with me becoming a better player, I feel.
That's good.
How about you, Matt?
Well, besides Joe Gorey, I would have to say my current high school coach, Mike Glick, because I was on his Jags team last year, which we did pretty well last year.
So Coach Glick has taught you a lot, you think?
Yeah, he's taught me a lot with systems. It really elevated my game.
Awesome.
Good. What would you say is the highlight in your high school career? You have any highlights since 4 years you've been here?
I think the biggest highlight might have been not senior night, opening night, the senior year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With all the crowd, yeah,
Big
I
crowd,
heard about that.
one game, and
How about you, Chad?
The game that I always talk about and always remember is my freshman season being in that championship game, having probably over 500-600 fans in Hollydale. It was insane.
Who did you guys play?
We played Cherokee, and
okay.
unfortunately we lost 3-2 in overtime.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah.
but it was one of the most
It was a great
enjoyable
game.
games I've ever played in my career.
So I want to ask you this question, and remember your mom is in the audience. What's next after high school? Are we going to college? Are we doing juniors?
Well, the plan is to go to college, yes.
Okay. Any ones in particular that you're looking at?
Right now, the two I'm between is Rutgers and Widener.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have
Both have ice
both
hockey.
have
Yeah.
clubs. How about you, Chad?
So I'm actually looking to major business management and play for Rowan.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Which
so.
is Township East, like 13th. They say 13th grade. A lot of kids that go.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. That's
It's
a good
not
thing.
a bad thing.
My
It's
granddaughter
great
goes to
school.
Rowan.
It's expanding.
Yes, it's really.
awesome, yeah.
They do have a good hockey program.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
So
do.
Mom will be happy that you did pick college first and not juniors. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's smart.
That's very good.
Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. In high school, over the years, who do you consider your biggest rival?
I would definitely have to say either Cherokee or Clearview as we played
Okay.
Clearview.
opening night.
Clearview.
Clearview's
Yeah,
always it's always a rowdy night.
Going way back,
lot of history.
Washington Township and Clearview has always been the
Yeah.
top one
Crazy.
rivalry. You know?
Yeah.
Always.
It's unfortunate they stopped allowing the games at Hollydale.
Yeah, it's cool we got that opening night game.
Yes.
The other night.
That's because it was years that they, you know, we've been doing it a long time, and they stopped allowing the games there, which, you know, it was just a couple kids
Yeah.
that ruined it.
Just
Not,
a couple mishaps
must-
that
and-
ruined it for everybody. But
Yes, but because that place would get packed, as
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
know, and
Exactly,
it
yeah.
was crazy.
No.
And it was a good atmosphere.
I think it was a little more than just a couple of misses.
Wow, listen to the president. Now, come on.
I've been in the middle. It's a little more than that.
Come on, unbelievable. One or two. And a lot of times, I was at these games, it was girls in the stands
Yeah.
starting the problems. You know, so which is
yeah,
unbelievable.
insane.
Insane. I mean, we've had some great,
Yeah.
you know, although it was worse when Township and Williamstown would play. There was some really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, some,
those just get rough, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bleachers in the fan section definitely gets a little insane.
it gets a little
That
crazy.
was the last big one we had. Our problem was Williamstown and was that Township? Was it?
Township,
Right.
yeah, it was. Yeah, there was fights and people
was
throwing
just
trash cans on the ice.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in Clearview and Township. But so, what's the thing you're going to miss the most about? You know, you graduate and you're moving on now.
I think the biggest thing is just be able to play in all front of like your peers and like friends and like going into school like after the game the next day and have everybody tell you like how great of a job like you did or if you didn't do that good of a job. Pretty much. Just either way.
How about you, Chad?
Like I said earlier, like I remember watching this team when I was sixth,
Love it.
seventh grade, and I just dreamed of playing for them. And just like it's sad that it's coming to an end. I've had so much fun growing up with the guys that I used to watch when I was in middle school, the playing with them, and then them leaving, and then us two and our other seniors becoming the leaders of the team. Now us moving on. I just feel like it's sad that it's coming to an end, but it's also exciting to see what's
What's
Moving
next?
in your
What's ahead
next
for
stage of
college.
life, you know?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
big,
Exactly.
Definitely.
All right, so finally, like I don't, we always ask a fluff question before
Yes.
we go.
That's the same question we always ask.
Yeah, I mean, next time we might change it up, but this time, Tell us something about yourself, Matt, that would surprise us. And remember, your mom is in the audience.
Something about me that would surprise you. I don't really.
It's a hard.
Come on.
No, it's tough.
There's got to be something.
Something that most people wouldn't know was maybe that I went to nationals last year, like for my travel team, because that wasn't really.
That was all over the papers. Everybody knew that.
I don't know. It's a hard question.
It is a tough question.
I couldn't think of anything.
Like you wear 2 different colored socks?
I don't have any weird quirks like that.
Nothing
so.
like that?
Nah.
Pretty perfect. How about you,
Shaq,
Chad?
you had time to warm up.
You got to. You had time.
Got me sweating over here.
Something a lot of people don't, I mean, I mow lawns. I enjoy mowing lawns. I mean, I run a landscaping business.
Good for you.
So, I mean,
Really?
a lot of people don't really know that, but
That's what my business is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
One of my favorite hobbies to do is just go out and just cut a lawn.
Good for you.
So if Mike needs help in the summertime, you're available?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I'll mow, yeah. But,
Anything
yeah.
else you guys want to add before we, anything you want to say to your mom?
Hi, Mom. Thanks for everything.
Chad, anything?
Just want to thank my family and sisters for supporting me when it comes to all the games. Having a good job and all, keep motivating me. And I'm just really excited to see where we go this season. We're struggling a little bit right now, but
You guys are on your
we'll pick it up.
rebuild year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I like what
We're
I'm
picking
seeing
up,
from
yeah.
your team. It's a young team.
Yeah, it's a
and
young
you're on your
team, but
rebuild.
it's a young team.
Definitely.
Hard workers.
Right.
Definitely look like you're scoring more offensively.
Yeah.
I mean, than the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, so I think
I think the highlight watching Township this year is when you guys didn't you guys tie Morristown?
We actually,
Or you beat them?
I think we lost.
yeah, we
Yeah, you
lost
think
two. We
lost.
lost 2-1.
I mean, that-
way to go, Mike. Way to bring up a bad memory. Unbelievable.
No,
Hopefully we can
actually-
cut that out.
But something.
No. It was actually a good game.
It was a good
Yeah, no,
You're
it
playing
came
one
close.
of the top teams in the league. And
Yeah.
you guys, last I looked,
Yeah.
it was tied. I thought
Yeah.
it was tied.
Yeah, one of our big games this season. Obviously, the Clearview home opener wasn't a league game, but we were down 2-0 and we got 4 unanswered goals.
Right.
And
Right.
we took the victory on that.
No, I think the team definitely looks better offensively from what I've seen in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So in the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
that's double elimination. Well, appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chad.
Chad,
Thanks so much. All right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
We're back. I'm here with Steve Bergeron from Egg Harbor Township. The interview now. I would like to ask him, tell us a little bit about yourself, Steve.
How you doing, Mike? I've been a little bit about myself. Well, I've been a volunteer since I'm 15 years old, 54 years old now. I started volunteering. Started volunteering when I was hanging out at the baseball field. Started umpiring games, coaching little league baseball games and stuff like that. And we moved into street hockey when the street hockey organization opened up. I think I was 16 years old. I was a player and a coach at that time. Myself and the former president George Todd Hill, we worked really hard on a lot of different things like that in the past. I was on the board for the Egg Harbor Township Street Hockey organization for a number of years. My son played. We did a lot of travel with it and things like that. This was before we went to ice hockey. And that's where we derived off of that, and that's how we built Egg Harbor Township from the street hockey organization, because we didn't have rinks and stuff like that growing up or anything for ice hockey. It was street hockey. You played in the street, or you went over and played
Now,
thing.
sure, it's tough.
Oh yeah,
The numbers.
oh yeah. We got them though, obviously. It's it is where it is. But
What's the toughest challenge as a coach?
the toughest challenge of the coach. Oh wow. Right now, the toughest challenge is as a board member. I can tell you that. The toughest challenge of the coach is
I know.
exactly. But as a coach, just keeping everybody interested, keeping everybody on board. It's been a good 5 years. Let's put it that way.
What are your team goals?
Team goals for this year: continue to what we've been doing. We've been building. We got a really good group of freshmen coming up. We only have 2 seniors this year. Brought one of them with me. You'll see him in a little while.
This brings me to another question. I'm going to jump down to the bottom.
Okay, cool.
You have, in 8 games, you have 4 guys with 4 goals, 2 guys with 3 goals. So you really don't have anybody that stands out. Your team's balanced,
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
scoring all along the lines.
And how, going to the other team, we've just moved up your JV team from B to A.
Mm-hmm.
How are they making out so far?
They played the one game so far, and they won that game pretty good. It was
So
5-1.
They feel comfortable.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Very.
What do you feel the difficulty in staying pure?
keeping the people from the township interested. That was my main thing. I mean, we started. I mean, you know what we tried early on.
right.
You lent us 2 players for Brigantine. We're
Right.
pure now. You know, we had a good middle school program going, and you know, we're going to be working off of that still going forward. I brought up, I believe it was either 8 or 9 players this year from middle school, which you know,
Well,
kind
so
of
you gotta
bolsters our
build
team.
that
Yeah.
younger group, which you guys always did.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had a huge organization. That's why you guys were so successful in breaking out, being pure.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping to try to get some of those other teams down there. I know it's tough down in Atlantic City to become pure. I think Mainland would probably be the next team that I think that really should try to become pure.
You have to be, you know, you have to stand out in the community. Like, you know, we do a lot of community. We have an adopt a road. We go out every year and we adopt a family with Christmas gifts every year. We do all different things. You know, I think, you know, I sent you the information we're going to be doing
Right.
coming
Matter
up.
of fact, you want to promote that, go right ahead. That's what
Yeah, you know, I'll look at that. I got to look at the actual date on it. It's the 14th in Atlantic City. We're asking for people to come by and give us, I don't know the exact name of the organization anymore. It used to be DIFUS, but we're looking for baby needs, as in onesies, diapers, formulas, different things like that, new stuff, obviously. But what they do is they give that, you know, they hold that stuff in, and, you know, God forbid they have to bring these people in, you know, that are being abused or whatever it is from their families. They have these supplies for those children and stuff like that, and you know, it helps out. Last year we did socks, we've done teddy bears. Every year we try to do a little bit of something different, but standing out in the community is what helps, you know, helps us be a leader when it comes
You're
to
going
that.
to be doing that, I guess the Friday you'll be playing
Yeah,
Cherokee.
we'll be playing Cherokee up down Atlantic City.
Right.
I think it's the 620 puck drop.
Right. Now, let me ask you another question. You're in the Tier 1, 2, second division. Playing the Tier 1A division, what's the toughness about it? With Cherokee, Morristown, Eastern?
There's a lot of homegrown talent in those areas, Cherokee and things like that. I mean, you know, a lot of these kids were brought up on skates pretty much to where we are, you know, we're still babies when it comes to this. A lot of our kids started skating maybe when they were 8 or 9 years old, where a lot of these other kids from Cherokee probably 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, and he's got a very big program, Cherokee.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, it is. I mean, they got a big swimming pool to swim in, and you know,
Right.
the amount of rinks that they have in this area as opposed to our one in Atlantic City.
Right.
So I mean, you know, you're looking at a lot of good players, AAA, AA players, and things like that. When I got a lot of players that are like what you consider non-travel players.
That's
But it's good,
Like
though.
I said, I was really, when you guys decided to go pure, I said, you know, to me, I was shocked because you're coming from down the shore and stuff.
Yep.
You know? As a coach, who do you pattern yourself after?
You know,
Or you just have your own
I do.
style?
You know what? My thing is, I've always tried to be fair. I try to, you know, it's less stern, a little more relaxed, and always try to be fair. Make it a little fun for the kids, and when it comes down to this, you know, it
Right.
doesn't, you know, it's work. It's hard work. We want to win. We play to win.
Right,
you know, like they
right.
say, you play the game to win. And that's what
Right.
we do. But you know, and yeah, at the end of the day, you know, you want it to be fun for everybody. I
Sure.
like, you know, I like a nice atmosphere.
Sure. And the last question we always ask, tell us something that would surprise us. That's Mike's favorite question.
Something that would surprise you.
He didn't give you a heads up on that.
My wife and I breed cats. We haven't done as much as we used to. We breed Egyptian Mouse.
Right.
One of our cats actually played one part in the movie Catwoman with Halle Berry. It was a silver spotted black.
My friend breeds cats. There's a dumpster inside of her. They breed them.
I mean, that's something that might surprise you. That's something we've
Every
always
time I turn
done.
around, there's
No,
always more cats. You know?
no, we don't get it like that. You know, I mean, we're
I'm a leak
very
kid.
smart with it.
Right. Well, again, thanks for coming, Steve.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. And we'll be right back.
And welcome back. We're sitting here with Dylan Carmen, a defenseman from Egg Harbor Township. Dylan, welcome. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. So why don't you tell us about yourself?
I started hockey a little later than everyone else. I started when I was around 9 or 10.
Okay.
Whereas everyone else has probably been playing since like 3, 4. But other than that, I also wrestle. But it's mainly been hockey recently. So.
Good, good.
You don't use any wrestling moves when you're playing hockey, do you?
No.
Okay. 'Cause that's not allowed. I don't think that's allowed.
How's compared the two sports? You got wrestling, which is a single yourself, and then you got a team sport. What do you like better?
Hockey, honestly,
Hockey is a team
because
sport.
wrestling, it's just you.
Right,
Just
right.
you.
That's what I'm wondering. All right. What are your jumping to recruit? What are your plans after you graduate?
Going to the Coast Guard. So,
Really? My
yeah.
nephew's in the Coast Guard. Yes,
Yes.
down in Alaska.
Nice.
Nice. That's great.
Do you know where you're going to be stationed yet, or it's too soon?
No, I haven't picked yet.
Okay. So who would you say is your biggest influence in hockey?
Other than my coach Steve Bergeron, probably.
Did he pay you to say that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a ride home if I did.
Oh, so your second biggest influence in hockey?
Probably my coach Fred Feliciano. He's a coach of the team too, but
Fred's a nice guy.
yeah, he's been coaching me since street hockey. So
Wow, that's a long
yeah,
time.
He's always been there to help out on and off the rink. So
Okay.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Met him for the first time this year. Great guy. Any goals this year with your team? Any team goals you want to do?
make it to the championship again last year, like
What-
last year.
What's
so.
your feeling, your club with Flyers Cup?
Flyers Cup? That would be
You guys would be
tremendous goal
interested
for
in
us.
playing in
Yeah,
Flyers Cup?
yeah.
Is something you'd be?
That'd be a really fun experience for us.
Great.
Yeah, I know over the years, I know Steve and prior to George were big, hoping to get in the Flyers Cup. You know, this year you probably could have a good opportunity, good chance to get in. You guys are doing great so far. You're 4-4, right?
Yeah.
In this season. How about your best memory playing hockey? I know you only been playing since you're 9, but
Yeah.
I know in the championship game last year.
It's freshman year when we beat Cherry Hill East for the championship. That
Oh, wow.
was
Yes.
that and the playoff game before that were.
I remember
That's
that.
Were you
That
down
was a great
1-0
game.
in the?
Yeah, we were down
Yeah,
and then
game.
we won in overtime.
Right.
That was a good series. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was really, really good
There
series.
was like 500 or 600 people there. It was packed.
It was packed.
Right.
That's always
It was-
neat when you have a
yeah.
packed house.
It was a lot of fun.
Right. Now, the last question is, we already basically, whatever, besides hockey, what other sports you play? And obviously you're in the wrestling. Do you do anything else?
I hunt.
Really?
Yeah.
We got a lot of hunters in hockey.
Yes, we
Notice
do.
that? We
We
do.
do.
We have a bunch of them.
We do.
Really? You go after Bambi.
So since you were here earlier for the other questions, we always ask a fluff question. We'll switch it up a little bit and I want to catch you a little bit off guard. If you could be stranded on a desert island with someone, who would you pick?
Probably my dad, because he was in the army for.
And he could supply food for you?
Yeah, I'll make him do all the work, and I'll just
all
kind of.
survival.
I'll gain some weight while he does the work.
That's probably the way it is now anyway. He's doing all the work now. That's a good answer.
Good survival.
That's very good. Well,
Very
we
good
appreciate you
survival.
coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Dylan, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks
Good
a lot,
luck.
Dylan.
Good luck.
this year.
Good luck with the rest of the season. Hope to see you in the championship and the Flyers Cup. That would be awesome. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap it up. We have a special guest.
You forgot our special
Yes,
guest.
I
How can
did.
you forget our special guest?
I'm getting old. What can I tell
Yeah,
you?
his father's going to take care of you.
Yes, he will. We'll take a break, and hopefully either Allison Girini or Toddy will be here to help us out. Thank you. And we're back with our alumni section, and we're pleased to have one of my former favorite players at Washington Township, great two-way player, wore number 20, Eddie Sarin. Eddie, welcome. Good to see you. Great to see you. So,
2011.
2011, that's 7 years you've been gone?
Yes.
Oh my God. Wow. So you played in 2011.
Started in 2007, 2008 would have been my freshman year.
Right.
Who were some of your line mates back then?
So my freshman year, I mostly played with Jimmy Tumalo, He was the
he's
captain.
Navy,
Yeah, he went on the Navy. I know he went to the Naval Academy. I know he was the captain of the Navy.
Really?
club
Really?
team. Yeah, that was his senior year. He was the captain.
Okay.
Right.
Now he's pretty sure he's a Marine right now.
Wow.
So it's basically it was him and Ryan Carr. That was towards like the end of the season.
Right.
And Carr graduated 2010. That was,
Right.
and then that was the year we won in the Flyers Cup, and we were the 16th seed, and we beat Pennsbury, number 1 seed.
Yep.
So
Who was your coach back then?
Jim Mascione.
Jim Mascione.
Okay.
Yes.
He was
Right.
coach for my freshman, sophomore, and junior
I
year.
remember Jimmy.
Yep.
What is your fondest memory playing for Township?
Like my freshman year, that beating Pennsbury, that was awesome. All the the Clearview games, the Williamstown games, all the big rivalries. The fondest memory is probably my senior year going to the championship game. Fortunately, we lost.
Yeah.
But that game too, because we won, we came out of the winners bracket.
Right.
We lost the first game. We ended up losing the second game.
Who did you play for that championship?
Cherokee. Yeah.
It's always Cherokee.
It's
always Cherokee.
Always was Cherokee. Yeah. Cherokee.
The
and then
evil empire, as
Morristown.
some people call them.
Morristown won my sophomore and junior year, and Shawnee won my freshman year
Right,
when I
right.
played. Because Shawnee was very good back then. I met Matt McDonald.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
He was very.
He
good
could
for-
score a lot of goals. So did you play club at all?
I did. I played for Hollydale basically my whole life. When I was 17 and 18, played for Glick, who coaches Township.
Right.
Now, he coached me my senior year. We went to nationals both times. When I was 17, we went to the national championship game. We ended up losing 3-2.
Where was that at?
That was in Rochester.
Oh,
One was,
New York.
yeah,
Okay.
one was in Rochester and one was in Cleveland.
And what team was that your club team was playing for?
The Hollydale Hurricanes.
Oh, the Hurricanes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did that experience compare to playing for your high school?
I don't know. It was like back in high school was on one day. They never never mixed with the club. So.
Did you enjoy more playing for your high school back then? I mean,
Well, I like playing in front of all the fans and everything. Obviously, Hollydale
Right.
there was not a lot. I think I like playing with my teammates better at Hollydale. It's just a bunch of other
a lot of
not
your
saying-
friends.
Yeah, not saying I obviously have friends at Township, but I think I had a better time playing with the Hollydale guys than
But the club team, you're saying,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And those guys were from Cherokee, Morristown, and everywhere.
Right,
So
right.
we would always compete with each other.
Right.
And they talk trash,
Oh
a
yeah,
lot. So
Right.
a lot of that going on
Yeah.
still.
and then Clearview
You up
and
or
everything.
me?
You
yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. What was your plans after graduation?
So after graduated high school, I went to Robert Morris. There for 4 years, played hockey on the club hockey team. After that, I went to law school. Did my first year of law school down in Florida.
So you're a lawyer.
I am a lawyer
Oh
now.
boy.
Yeah.
Watch what you say,
I
Mike.
know.
Be careful.
Yeah. Was a
I got a good commissioner.
yeah.
That's his father.
I know. I said you guys made up that position for me. You had to give him power.
He sort of
He's like-
strong-armed
he's like,
his
oh,
way.
I'm going to suspend this kid. And go, what authority? Whose authority? Oh, I got it with the league. I just like messing
For
with
those who don't know, Eddie's dad is the commissioner of our high school league, and a former state trooper, very strict with the rules.
Oh, yes.
Very tough guy, but awesome dude, awesome guy. So talking about the games at Hollydale, any memories about any particular Clearview games stand out to you?
No, they all, I remember my first Clearview game. I was obviously a freshman. I scored it, and it was that was like the greatest thing in the world. I assisted on the other goal. We won 2-1. I passed it, I think, to Matt Fleekop scored. That really stuck out just because that was my first.
Your first,
Clearview
yeah,
goal.
yep.
They keep you see the rivalry.
Right, right.
Are they really your rivals if you beat them every time? So that was mine. I don't think when I was there, I don't think we ever lost.
You never
Clearview.
lost it, really?
Yeah, I don't
that's,
think so.
That's an unusual stat
Yeah.
because
Clearview was, they went on, I guess they were on.
they were up and down a lot,
Yeah.
but those crowds at those
Oh,
games,
those crowds
were-
I don't know if they still have that.
they don't allow it anymore.
Well, they
Yeah.
don't allow them to play in Hollydale anymore.
No,
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
shame.
It is a shame. I understand it now from the legal side.
Of course
all
you-
the liability, but it is a real shame, not to have all those people. And you kind of wish, back then, you wish the fans were acted a little, were better behavior. I remember the one Williamstown game. They had to call us off the ice, and we went to the locker rooms at the end of the third period, and they said, or at the end of the second, about to start the third, And a cop came and said, "Yeah, you guys have to evacuate. The building's on fire." I go,
That's the trash can incident.
"Yeah,
That was a
That was the
I go,
trash.
yeah, it was a smoke bomb." I go,
Yeah.
And a smoke bomb.
The building's on fire, so we all had to get out, and we're all walking. We took our skates off. We're all walking around outside.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that
What
was.
was going on?
I
I think
remember
that
that
was
was pretty
mine.
wild.
Yeah, that was a highlight. I remember
Yeah,
that.
junior. So I understand why Hollydale. You know, you just wish the fans
They
were.
caught the person too, by the way.
Yes.
yeah.
Put it in the can.
Yeah.
And like I had said earlier, sometimes it's the girls get involved.
Yeah.
That it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And they did have a lot of security back then in the stands.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, when we dealt with it, I hired
used to
about
hire-
12 to 15.
Yeah, I
remember.
remember that. My dad was like, "Yeah, we got
The
12 to
problem
15."
they had, the problem back then wasn't in the rink where everything was secure. The problem was what was happening outside the
Yes,
rink,
that was.
in the community. I had
Right.
to sit down with the police over there, and
Yeah.
that was the biggest problem. They had.
Yeah, because inside the rink you're fine. You know,
Right.
you have 12 to 15 cops. You go outside and you start spreading
Well,
it
they
out.
went down to Dairy Queen that used to sit
Right,
there,
yeah.
and then they went to McDonald's. It just
Yeah,
got
and
to be
just
a
people were just
mess.
trying. You know, they're high school kids, so they think they're tough and they fight everyone. And,
Right.
And they get little beers in them and they don't know. How
Yeah,
So-
that always gives you courage.
Yeah,
little
beer
little
muscle,
alcohol
yeah.
always gives you courage.
Weekend warriors.
Yeah, yeah. So, in conclusion, you know, we ask a fluff question usually. The last one, I don't know if you were here earlier to hear any of the other fluff questions that we asked, but tell us something about yourself that would surprise everyone.
Yeah. I just figured you were going to ask me that. And I really don't like. I'm a lawyer now. You know, I think that's surprised a lot of people. You know, people that
Yeah,
watch
but you were never a hoodlum. You were always a
I
you
know,
were
but
never
I
a
feel,
kid that got penalties.
Oh right, you understand that, but like.
And your
you know,
dad was a state trooper,
That
so
was me, like on the ice, but off the ice. I'm not saying I was a bad person or anything, but you know, the guys I play with, they know who I. You know,
all right, so if you're not going to answer that one, how about this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're in a lifeboat. You got one life preserver. Glick is drowning and Machione is drowning. Who you throwing the life preserver to?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, so with Machione.
Well, I would throw it to Machione
No,
because
yeah.
Blake would float.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't kill me for that one.
I would say Machione. You know, he gave me a chance my freshman year.
He did.
I remember he took a lot of heat for that. You know, he really believed in me, so I would say that. Glick's a good coach or whatever, but
Mike
you know,
was an excellent coach.
He's a great coach.
He is a good
I will
coach.
not say anything.
No.
But you know, Glick could drown. I'll be all right with
Yeah. Well, we appreciate your honesty. Thanks for coming out. Great to see you.
Yep.
As I said earlier, you were probably one of my favorite players back for Township. You always hustled.
Yes,
He played
definitely.
2 ways. You never, you know, you probably took very little penalties. I mean, and you know, your dad did a great.
That put the team in the
Yeah,
position
you did.
first.
You did a great job.
Absolutely.
And it's good to see that you're now a lawyer. I mean, that's awesome. Thanks for coming. Great
for
seeing you.
having me.
Appreciate it. We'll take a break and we'll be back to wrap things up. And we're back. That was a great night, Mike.
Yes,
we
definitely.
wanted to thank our guests.
People coming in. That's absolutely.
Egg Harbor Township, Steve, Dylan, that was great. Driving all the way up here, we appreciate that. Eddie Sarin, good to see him. Great player back in 2011. I can't believe it's been 7 years. You're getting old, Mike. I can't believe how old you are.
Well, last segment we had the ones from 2004. Maybe if you even older.
Yeah, well, you are getting old. And thanks to Chad Castorina, Matt Kennedy, the doctor in the house. We have Bronowski. Awesome
Yes.
job. Thanks, Ott Township, for hosting us.
Is this going to be our last one before the holiday?
This is our last one before the holiday.
Well, I want to, as President League, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see us next year and get another podcast going with another team.
In January, we'll be back. Also, one final thing, as everybody knows, the Wings of Steel is one of my favorites. On the Wings of Steel website, we have Kim Perrant, who's Bernie's daughter, has started a company called Biscuit Teas. We have a link on her site. Any sales made on the site, the Wings will get 10% donated to them. This Saturday, she's going to be at Voorhees.
What does she do exactly? What
They make T-shirts that have basically they're Philly design with all the sports. You know, Bernie, Voracek. There's hats. Really nice material, and we appreciate if anyone can go there and check it out. All right, so you guys have a good holiday. I want to thank the fans for coming out. Toddy,
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Allison Drini, Taylor, Kate. Awesome job, and we'll see you next year.
You got it.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.